So I bought a new phone. It is the Galaxy Note 1 and it has a nice camera that I like. And because I really want to talk about Sailor Moon for some reason, I just wanted to make a video showing the Sailor Moon comics that I have. They are really old. I actually want to cry looking at them because I pulled them. I haven't opened these things in like 2 years. They came out of this envelope here. And I have on the side the Sailor Moon Chinese art book for Serial 1. The Chinese art book is paperback. Oh, look at them gorgeous ass pictures. Hold on, let me go back, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had this since what is that? April 2nd, 2001. I had the Chinese one, the first, and the Chinese edition for the second serial. Gosh, those pictures are so vibrant. I bought them at the same time. They were cheaper than the hardback. However, I do have the hardback edition of series series 4. I wish I had 3 because that's my favorite one that I've always wanted, and I could have been got it. Now, you know, I bought these in high school, so shit, I'm almost 30, so I should have been have it by now. But they're cheaper now. I mean, they were cheaper then than they are now. But I do have the hardback edition of 4, and I have the Naoko's materials collection. Anyway, I was looking at, and maybe I'll flip through them later. But really, the mixed comics, I mean, just like wow. The thing is that while this is volume 4, I do have the original mix magazines that they started the series in before they went to Smile. Damn, if I knew I was going to do this video, I would have pulled them out, because I actually looked at them back in August. They're in a trunk in my closet. So while this is one, it's not the very first. Let me pan the camera a little better. It's not the first actual comic, because they started it in a magazine, in mixed magazine, Tokyo Pop. Anyway, I should love this one, and I do, and that's because of Venus. That was my Oprah moment. I absolutely love Sailor Venus. Let's get a close up here. Yes, yeah, I love Venus. This is when she shows up. If you notice that when they have like the little multiple people shots, Venus is always in the crease, and that pissed me off. Especially in this book, I noticed. It's like, girl, you better get out them damn creases. Anyway, there she is. I love her. Brief history. I discovered Sailor Moon when it first came to America in 1995. What happened was I went to Kmart, and there was a set of rings, little plastic rings. And if anybody know where I can find them, I would cry and buy them. There was this little set of plastic rings, and it just had all the girls, just a set of 5 with all the girls. And I was like, what the hell is this? I've never seen these characters before in my life, and I was just in love. And then I think that same year, early one Sunday morning, I mean, it was between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the morning. Me and my cousin, we was getting ready for church. Well, we were ready for church, but we were watching TV, and there's a commercial that came on advertising, you know, Sailor Moon coming up next. And no, this is pre-USA. That's how far back it go. So, it was on Fox. And so the first episode, you know, I remember grabbing my cousin like, oh, are you for real? This is about to come on. Is it about to come on next? He's like, yeah, it's about to come on next. Like, for real? It's like the most amazing thing. And remind you, I'm an 80s baby. So I grew up watching Jim. Listen, I used to watch Jim and the Holograms before I caught the preschool bus. I got made fun of by my cousins for it, but you know, whatever. But anyway, I was just so excited. And that first episode that they showed was season 2, part A. When Alan, I'm gonna use the English names. When Alan and Anne first came, and literally, I was 12 at the time. It just changed my life. I was just like, Sailor Moon. So I remember in 1997, that summer, before it came on, I don't know how. I guess I caught a commercial advertising it coming on, and wow, I used to set my alarm to get up that early until I learned how to record, and just was in love with Sailor Moon ever since. I love Sailor Moon. I'll be 30 on the 17th of February, so it's not going anywhere. Why should it? But yeah, that's just a brief history. This took up all of my minutes here, but I pulled these comics out and I just wanted to flip through them. And the only reason I'm posting on YouTube is because I got a new camera, and I just kind of want to, I haven't talked to people. Everybody I used to talk to about Sailor Moon has, everybody's either moved on or they weren't as obsessed as I was about it. So I just wanted to just talk about it and see if I can connect with some people all over again. Oh shit, that ended? Alright, well, fabulous. But that's part. Here's number 6. And it just continues with the whole battle with Queen Beryl. And I don't want to mispronounce her name. Matalia. Yeah. My favorite season, I skipped a whole bunch of pages. My favorite Sailor Moon season, I'll go back a little bit, is I love Venus. Oh my god. I don't know why. Well, I do kind of know why I'm attracted to Venus. I don't know. She just had everything I've been looking for. But my first season or serial is the first one, when all the girls start discovering each other's and that sort of thing. Loved it. I love Sailor Moon. Yeah, I just thought finding these would be a perfect little video and get a conversation going. Yeah. And then parts number 7 is when they finally kill that crazy heifer Matalia. Well, Sailor Moon do. Well, they all do. Because, they always combine in their powers and everything, which I love. My favorite Sailor Moon, Sailor Soldier, Sailor Shinichi, Sailor Scout, Sailor Venus, and then Sailor Mars, then Sailor Moon. I can never decide who I like more next, but is between Sailor Jupiter and Sailor Mercury. I just can never decide. I can never decide. I like how so this is the beginning of season 2 or arc 2, whatever have you. I like how because the manga and anime ran pretty much at the same time, simultaneously. Disregard the fact that I'm country. How some of the elements in the manga inspired the anime. Ray, she's a bad bitch. I love her. And I'll get to some of that, what I mean by that in a moment. I think it's in the next book. Chibiusa, Rini, I do not like her in anime. However, in the manga, she's cool. I'm one of the people that just, she got on my nerves. And I used to love it when she was gone. Like, in the anime in season 3, before she came back, I was like, oh, yes, new scouts, soldiers. And no Rini, it's like, yes, and here she come. And I'm so sorry, but the reason I don't like her is because she takes up too much of the shine from the other girls. People may disagree, but I'm sorry. I couldn't with her. But yeah, this is I love this. I really do love this. I like how just the black and whiteness of it all. Sailor inspired me to do so many things. In high school, I was the newspaper comic person. You know, I was never really popular, but people knew I knew how to draw and everything. And so when they see my comics in the newspaper, they would come up and be like, "Oh, what's gonna happen?" You know, and all of a sudden I was like, they knew me. I love these transformation pins, but my favorite are the very, very first ones, though. I just love the first one. It's interesting that after the second manga series, they don't have any of them anymore. They just throw up their hands after Dead Moon leaves. And yeah, I love this. I love Ray. And then there is the what I mean by stuff that's inspired by the manga and the anime is like the episode when Ray did the school festival and she was singing "Oh Starry Night," but there's a school festival in the manga and it translated over to the anime. Although the enemies were different, the whole thing was different. Like they didn't have burning corpses in the anime. Burning Mandala, yes. Love Mars. I think one of the things is I'm an Aquarius, and my best friends are Libras and Aries. So Venus is a Libra, Mars is an Aries, so it kind of makes sense that they are my favorite. And then out of the outer Senenshis, my favorite is Uranus, and she happens to be an Aquarius also. So yeah, this right here is interesting because season 3 Sailor Moon Super, that's how she her and Darien created the Moon Heart Rod, if I said that name right, combining their love or we're not together. So it's just all the little things you start to notice. Rubius was bad. I liked him. Oh my God, Sushi Girl. Lord have mercy. Help me, Jesus. I think I had one of those books and I was like, child, no. And then, oh, one more. I thought it was at the end. I love this picture, by the way. Part of the one, I think I already mentioned that I was just trying to be inspired by some of the drawings, and that's why I look through this stuff again. It's because I've always been drawing, but I recently just started trying to make journals online with my artwork, and I have a Cafe Press and a Zazzle account that I sell them on. And so I just was looking for more inspirations on more things to draw, trying to kind of relive, that where all that source of inspiration came from. And I love this picture. I can't say I hate, but you always have this. But in the reissues of the mangas that's been coming out in the past year, this part is like removed from it altogether. I mean, that is a bad picture though. Like, what in the world is going on? But look at Sailor Moon. She's about to hit Rini. Ooh, Lord have mercy. But yeah, that's why Rini used to piss me off. She still do, because I still watch the damn show. But still, back in the day, she was like, ugh. And how it's raining, if you can tell, that reminds me of I'm thinking there's some inspiration drawn from the manga in that episode when Rini tries to use the time key to go back to the future, and she sets that she disturbs gravity, that episode. And then that one Dead Moon sister, what is her name? I know her name, but I don't want to say it wrong. Peretz. Prisma. Well, it's Prisma in English. Prisma in English. But I know in Japanese it's like Peretz or whatever. She said that that lightning monster with the drum. Anyway, I'm figuring some of the inspiration for the episode came out of this particular issue. Oh, look at her chicken head. She cute. I like her in the manga though. Like I said, she's alright. Probably because I can't hear her talk. Yeah. And all this talk about UFOs. Prince Diamond. I love Prince Diamond. But my favorite, excuse me, I gotta sit down here for a spell. My favorite Dead Moon villain is Emerald. Emerald, like all the way. Like I love the divas. You might as well put it that way. I love Zoisite in the female English version of Zoisite, who also played who the voice actress also played Emerald and Carrie Knight, we'll just say the English version. But anyway, all the people she played, I loved. I love the divas, the diva monsters. Is Emerald on here anywhere anyway? No. Birdie. She was probably my least favorite on Dead Moon. Dead Sister or whatever. Dark. I've been saying Dead Moon the whole time. I mean Black Moon. I sat here and thought about it for a second. I was like, no, Dead Moon is Dead Moon Circus. I mean Black Moon. I love power shots. You know, in the manga, Sailor Moon always kill him so easily. Rolling Heart Vibration, which I did enjoy in the live action, but I wish they had it in the anime. And my last issue, I think from this point I just collected the cereal collections. Like Ray's capture was my favorite in Venus. When they tried to capture Venus, Black Moon tried to capture Venus, and Sailor Moon saved her and everything. It was my second favorite. But I really liked the Jupiters when they tried to get Jupiter also. Bad picture. Oh, go. Look, hold them legs. Go. Yes. Okay, this is more of what I mean by inspired by the anime. I mean the manga. When she used the key here. Instead of that other issue, this is probably what I was really thinking about. I love it. I like when they're captured because, you know, you have to save them. Yeah, she's pretty bad. Prisma, Peretz. Yes, they got a Prisma here. You know, whatever. I've always had trouble figuring out which one am I going to say. This particular scene I think it's inspired that episode on season 2, part A, the third episode, where Alan and Anne uses that cardigan. That's the lion with the spin wheel. And then, you know, in the episode, there's a little moment where Lita does a flashback scene where she explains to Serena and Amy how she became best friends with the guy. His name was Ken in the episode, but hell, I have to look it up here. You know, it's probably Japanese, and I have to look it up. But anyway, that's where that scene is, where, you know, the rainy day man on your shoulder I cried. All of that. Yeah. That episode came on my first day of high school. First day of 9th grade. Yep, I'll never forget that. These are some bad pictures. Go. That woman can draw. But anyway, I think I'm getting overboard here on the time, so I just want to share these and just talk about Sailor Moon.